ever since.
Right, like you gotta look at K-Corp. If you're looking at just Sadax, like his read of the Viper, Harbor, Sky was incredible. FNS's read with having a chamber and setting it up to like the maximum potential is like what won them a lot.
Already.
Just different methods.
Towards that side.
Sometimes you have a good read, sometimes you don't.
Up for the retake, attempting, and succeeding on a very aggressive response.
When you don't, you got to adapt fast.
Ruxic will manage to stem the bleeding a little bit. And in fact,
big turn too, and Avova probably owned it, to be honest. Oh my goodness, I thought.
Not quite able to find
that was my fault.
Ruxic's doing absolutely everything. Back into the 1 versus 1, facing off
Very
against
nice,
Governor.
dude.
Well, that's
God, he had
one way
some
to
absolute
start
shots
that.
during this.
Really nice and clean start from Ruxic. The rest of the squad fall and didn't seem to cause him any distress whatsoever. Shot after shot landed, and, well, you can't help but think the player on backside got a little bit lost in the sauce, looking for that second kill. But still, he capitalized on every single opportunity. And early days, pistol round, that's great stuff for NAVI. The problem is, they haven't had a great success rate when it came to following them up. Now, Governor said
No, because they keep doing this. But this is okay on the attack.
That might be a little bit more so on the attack.
This is
side.
good
Here
on the attack,
defense,
yeah.
They'll play the classics.
Just the fact that on defense they try and do it.
It gives you a little bit of an extra
They try to do the
boost.
same
He's already
buying.
going to be finding that early orb and
Hey, aim main pressure, and they're trying to cause a rotate. We've got Fade Eye, we've got Omen Smoke. Actually does cause a big rotate. We've got 4 people here, 1 person middle. A completely open.
Aggressive responses from the defense, but
Woosley, thank you so much for the prime. Appreciate the 5 months. Thank you, thank you.
I don't mind this. They're going aggressive into B main, but unfortunately they have got the complete wrong end of the stick. Angel even
and even though they do clear the pressure,
position of Batu, who
they've just lost
I
so
think
much
is
map control.
Completely unaware how far they've gotten. The smoke has completely missed the mark. It is too late.
Yeah, it's very nice.
An easy round from this point forward.
I mean,
Risks
Ruxic has all
Angel and
already.
Xiao, playing a little bit looser with the pistols and the light shields. And players with rifles very much wanting to stay alive, or at least have their rifle picked up if those pistol players are still alive. This play through spawn from Apex is nice. 3 players on their way. The problem is that setup that's waiting for them. Previously, NAVI have tried, and maybe we'll see them again. I hope not. Some
Jai 999 with the tier 1. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. 11 months.
I don't think Ruxic needs to be here, but I guess he really likes the Omen ulti. Looking to farm them up. It's a huge risk.
Yeah,
I mean, if he goes down here, the rifle is theirs for the taking.
Bro.
Luckily,
We're
that's
8
another
and
4K from Ruxic, so they will cement.
Okay, do
that.
they
It
have
could have gotten a
a
little
set
bit
ult that they like to do with the Omen ult?
And given those opportunities, but hey, 2-0 is 2-0.
Yeah, and an in-zone flawless. So keeping all of that weaponry over. Don't even have to buy any of the shields again. And although, yeah, I completely agree, the aggression is unnecessary. I think for Ruxic, it's more of just a confidence builder.
Sure.
Like, he has been having such a quiet game, so just wanting to try and get himself back in with some eco kills, fair enough.
Yeah, until he loses the rifle, it's a confidence destroyer.
Okay, looks like they do have a set strat. They're going over towards B.
Yeah, well,
there's multiple options.
Maybe get you for the post plan with the coaches, and we'll see what we think about that. I'm not sure that
these are the 3 most common.
Agree, but Ruxic certainly would. He's got his ult online. A little bit of a recon for them.
Omen
Conventional
flash
wall,
into
cover out
Omen
B main
ult
as they
back
play
of
in the
sight.
backside. Ult is used. This is what it was all about.
Prowler
He
clears
wanted those
all of the
ult
side
doors.
as
He got
well.
them. The backside
Smoke to
control
lock
is
them
theirs
out.
now. Rifles
Very
focused
nice
up to
at the
heaven,
moment. It's actually a
and
hard
these
retake.
vines, such an annoyance. You can already see them spamming through to try to break them.
Everyone's here though if they want to early go for it.
But if they stay alive late into the round, that is going to be a big drain on the clock. A little bit of aggression from
Dude,
NAVI,
Xiao, you're in trouble, mate. You're just out in the open here. Your mate left you.
In an unusual position, staying
might work though.
aggressive underneath the boxes. They've got players on side ready
God.
for the fight.
Oh
and
my
Xiao
God, bro.
tearing them a new one.
Dude, was that
triple
Vice
kill
flash that
from
hit the guy's spawn?
low
That was
HP
nuts.
Astra embedded on the box. It was a risk, but it paid off tenfold.
That's the thing. We know the level that these players on NAVI can hit, and I think you go back to, again, just historic performances on this map, and it always was that attack side. I think Angel pretty much changed our view of this map after probably a couple of years of like,
yeah, it was.
okay,
Vice
we
Flash.
expect them to get 8 or 9 rounds in the defense, and then it was like every time we watched FPX play, they'd get 7 or 8 rounds in the attack, and we go, oh, and teams learn from them. So
and it's the classic
sure,
snowball.
some of the stuff they do is
Pistol into first buy, and then they're going to get all the ults early.
They were very good at the defaults.
I mean, they had an ult anyway,
sort of
but now they can get another ult.
And sure, the pieces of the puzzle may have changed, but the leadership and, well, the Xiao Show hasn't gone anywhere.
No, the Xiao Show never ends. At least not so far. Valorant's history.
It's like, 4 years, this is a long show.
Oops.
I hope there's an interval.
Oh, no, there's not. There really isn't. Not with this man. No matter where he gets put, what role he's on, he will deliver. 3-0 start for NAVI and an opening pick here.
Yeah, throw the guns when it's time to entry.
We do want to see exactly what's happening. NAVI abandoning this play towards the A site, grouping up and moving as a unit, but Apex have made the read correctly. Look at the rotations coming in. The furthest player away is just now making
stack. They got a Sheriff,
a big stack,
a Ghost,
yes,
and
they
2
don't
classics.
have the weaponry for it, but the element of surprise, along with those weaker weapons,
Shots.
could pay off.
Fluorescent
looking like she's in a death match. Beautiful double. But it will not be enough with Governor locked out of any pickups from those rifles or any real impact. Holding just that classic expectation, holding the knife, expectations are even lower.
And they got the plan as well. Xiao got ult.
No need.
And now they can just make a plan around Astro. It's a disaster for Apex.
Bit of additional BM he likes to add in. He's 11
this really is like
right
the most
now.
classic
Angel
snowball.
have just been spectators.
Like every single round, apart from the pistol, they've had a disadvantage. Right, pistol was 50-50, then obviously Eco, they don't have the same guns, so it goes to first buy rounds, they're up against an Omen ult. Now second buy.
And now the operator comes in for Fluorescent. We saw this in the first
at least they got a Yoru ult, but
this was the difference maker. I do feel like at times it can be a little bit more
set
difficult
strat,
to get
Omen
true
flash
value
over
on
towards
this map.
heaven, double satchel
A lot
claws.
of aggressive
Astra
positioning.
stun? No Astra
Speaking
stun.
of aggressive positioning, Koala has just taken an immediate fight. The paranoia popped within the first 5 seconds of the round. And that's
need
already
to get through here if they want as well.
The most integral piece to this puzzle, the glue for the side of Apex. Already down.
And the player who went back into a corner like that,
even on the minimap,
comes at him, he
another
tends to take
over-rotate
down
from
more,
Apex.
and he really should.
Kind of don't blame him for this one though. It looked like they want to send it.
NAVI standing with 5 still late into the round. And the pressure put into heaven. This could be a mistake. It certainly is as Fluorescent rounds the corner first.
Big duel over towards B main.
That's 11-1 now with his first death on the board. See if NAVI can recover without him, because he has been the one to take it across the line in the majority of these rounds. And there's a lot of presence from Apex, especially with this ult coming through. That's confirming that the hit is on its way. They know about Avova. The TP coming out of the ult up top's being hurt.
Dude, I was looking at Avova just thinking like, man, that's a rough position to be in. Oh my god, what is that?
I can't believe I just saw that. Replay that.
That's crazy.
Screw the round. 2v2.
That is so crazy.
Tom, all thanks to Fluorescent.
Oh, please win it.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to walk anywhere near. Don't even go near a
Flash
wall
for a
that
teammate.
Fluorescent is looking at, because you might just fall gun barrel
Oh my
spotted.
god, please. Holy shit. Oh my god. It's mental. It's one of the best we've ever seen, ever.
Fluorescent will be able to thrive in this league.
shot.
Just replay this round over and over and over again, and then proceed to shut your mouth.
Oh my.
This third shot.
The Ruxic, sure, but this decent kill. This one.
Oh god.
Get out of here.
I wouldn't even think to shoot at that part of the wall. Dear Lord. Nice! What do you think, Flood?
I cannot believe
that's one of the best we've ever
online,
seen.
I'd be pausing the game myself.
I do think that
the admins to check what's going on.
I think it's Batu and Governor are having a battle for who can make the highest pitch scream of the day.
Oh my god.
Plays like that, mate, I'm not surprised at all. Oh, that was sensational.
Blocking vision.
And the best part is, Governor's got the op this round. After what just happened, Governor's like,
yeah, imagine doing that and throwing the op away. Nuts, innit?
Wow, that's really just blowing the wind out of my sails. I feel like I need a minute.
It's easy to forget that they're currently 4-1
Oh
down.
god,
Fluorescent
dude, you're
has
non-stop
danced out of the
owning
way
everyone.
of that showstopper.
Keep heat
Angel's
away
patiently
from
waiting for some aggression, and while Avova's doing
the Razor.
fantastic work on the site, trading things out to lead
God,
them
give me the POV.
in a 3v3, but NAVI still decent spot to play from. The drone is going to clear that backline. Again, it's actually going to be utilized, but it doesn't connect onto Hero at all. In fact, he's able to basically just sidestep
it's a
the ult.
really important
Mozzi's been able to
2v2
pick
for
off Angel.
Apex.
That leaves the
I mean,
Spike
obviously
in a bit
both
of a
teams, but
precarious position, and the time is ticking down. Hero immediately going to utilize that flash to try and give some space. And the Apex players in the meantime have grouped up, but it doesn't matter.
So unlucky.
Hero
At the
will
chat, they're so
respond
wrecked money-wise.
with a double. And what was a
They got an eco, they can have the double hero gun.
has now stopped shimmering. It is another on the board for NAVI.
Well, let me treat NAVI with the same gusto I gave to Apex in that first map where I thought they were rolling. Right now, the only round for Apex is one of the craziest aces I've ever seen with an operator.
Yeah.
Certainly here on Split.
They ain't fuck.
Whoa, that was close. But for NAVI, 5 rounds now, looking
fumble.
good. Fumbling, yes,
Wait,
exactly.
they
And
squeeze out a
what
buy
Apex may
here?
be
Are they
doing.
not
And
missing a
this
lot of
may favor
util?
NAVI more starting on the attack. I have questions around their defense, but if they're
They
able
get
to
a
deliver
Judge,
like
Guardian,
this
Guardian, light
consistently,
armors.
look, 6 rounds now, and they have
And they
got
got the Viper
themselves
smoke down?
full control over the flow of this
Okay,
series
maybe missing
here
Viper
on the
smoke.
final map. They can keep this up. There's no doubt about it. Apex are in trouble. They've got a mixed bag of a buy, but the
Not too bad. It's such an all-in though.
Anyone's guess where this one's going, but the spike certainly going
And
towards
that's a
the
free
A
site.
And it might find its way in for
Governor.
free. Is Governor? Yeah, he's not going to take the risk.
Yeah, he's got to just stay
on the right
alive
side
here.
of the
Okay,
map,
the smoke is down. They just took the
There's a
hits
gate
of
crack,
Guardian,
but
Guardian Judge.
Not even going to get her
Dude, you got to
halfway.
retake with a Judge and
Free
op.
post plant. Nightfall 1 away. And the same for a couple of ultimates on the other side. Hero's lurks have definitely been causing them issues.
Well, the Judge
Trying
can
to clear
say
him from mid has been
Parma
troublesome.
Vents at least.
Some aggressive positions.
This is nice from
Shao
Hero though.
waiting
Shows over
patiently.
towards middle,
Brooks
pressures
also
there,
on
goes,
the cross.
joins the
This time
team.
Fluorescent is caught out, and the rest of the team are a little bit, well, screwed is the word that comes to mind.
Yeah, they're so
Mozzie now
wrecked.
and attempting an ace of his own, a 1 versus 5. Even with a Rolling Thunder, their economy is in the bin, and trying to face back into the site seems like an impossibility.
playing pretty
Hoping
good.
to maybe clear some guns, but you have to bear in mind the economy for NAVI is pretty damn good.
Quite interesting this round that they've left Hero
Dude,
behind
anytime
on
Mini
mid
doesn't
to
like a
lurk,
comp, it just farms
but
and
they
wins.
didn't put down the wall on B, so there was a free push for Apex through B main. And I have to wonder, because I've seen this from NAVI before, where they just don't expect their opponents, especially to take the spawn flanks. I have to wonder if they're looking at Apex and just assuming that that kind of aggressive control won't go through, because Hero was leaving himself open to a backstab, and I have to think that he expected there's a good chance that backstab won't come through. Otherwise,
That round is the only round they get.
And also we see this from NAVI a lot, where on some more direct plays, they will keep that utility for post plant, but again, because he was mid, that doesn't really seem to be the case.
I guess also, yeah, I think
timeout.
it's potentially, if he does spot something, could just look
Lockdown
to
middle.
isolate those fights and literally use it reactively.
Maybe.
Yeah, we saw the round before, even in the 2v2 when he went up into heaven, and he took those kills
Apex
to finish
giving
it
up mid
off,
too
right?
much
This is
and
what
not
put him up to a
explaining
3K,
sides,
3K,
yeah.
or 3 pieces on the board. He still had the wall.
Feels
as
like they
well.
get a
So
lot
they
of
need
space
post-plant
everywhere.
util, and then they're keeping it for maybe, like, again, like you say, if they find that control over vent, or they find the control over
That's
heaven
what
and they want
the
to
double
rotate,
smoke
you
comp's
just
meant
pop
to
the wall
be
down,
really
and
good
now
for just
another
holding
avenue
middle.
of their rotation
They're
is
kind of
either cut
taking it
off,
easy.
or you've got huge info when they go for it. So you can make better decisions. I do like, I think this is a much better look, and NAVI have clearly done their homework from the last time they played this map, where they just looked lost. Again, that was more defensive side, and maybe we'll see the same thing with the challenges against the Yoru there.
Dude, they get nothing into
Been
this.
very good on the attack. I think it definitely helps when Bruxic is currently having an absolute game. 14 and 2. Shao's up there as well.
Koala ready to farm him.
Yeah, you have to consider.
Especially over
last two
towards B.
maps,
Most common is jump peek from default.
we've seen a steady improvement. 15 kills in total for Ruxic in the last already,
Whoa.
as said, on 14.
That's so close.
We are looking at a very, very weak buy. And a spread out one at that.
What for liquid
Defense normally
VBR? Yeah,
happy
it
to
should
group up
almost be
into
uploaded.
something together, go for a
If
more
not already.
aggressive push. And I think when you have ultimates online, well,
Yeah.
that's not exactly how Avova was hoping.
Chat, do you
that
reckon
one
we
would
see
go.
an outlaw nerf at one
Chance
point?
for Koala to farm.
Like teams have got it now, right?
With most
like teams
other
are
roles, either
too
online
good
or
with
relatively close, him finding impact with this outlaw
Or do we like
actually
it?
pretty important. Could allow for
Do
a
we like it, or
showstopper.
does it need nerf? What a
Nice
shot again, dude!
From
You
Fluorescent. And maybe
looked like she looked away, but
for Navi, sending a player out late towards
140
this
to 125, yeah, I think that should be the change.
It does allow
Just
for a rifle
even
to be
something like
retrieved
that
by
would be nice.
Fluorescent, ult online, with
Because
Batu
it still would
falling,
then do the
Viper's
one
Pit
shot to the
not
light
available
armor,
for
but
late round.
just against the
It'll be more
heavy armor,
difficult
maybe
for
just
players like
doesn't do
Ballsy and
well.
Governor to have impact,
Still
but
gonna be
Rolling
one
Thunder
shot.
alongside that rifle. They decide to commit it. The round's not over yet.
I think it might take
There's
one
no
more
harm in making a
before that
1-2-5.
time already ticking. They are going to use the dimensional drift, so clearly an idea to find something into this round. They have got one connection off the back of that Nightfall.
Yeah, full info, so you can now walk over towards the left. Is it going to hit all three? Yes, it is. Damn, nicely handled in the end. I mean, they used a couple of ults into it, but it was very, very clean. And they managed to keep 3 people alive and get the gun upgrade, so very, very nice.
It was definitely worthwhile for the pay save card Thrifty.
Well, it was, Tom, a huge risk indeed.
It's a good ult, though.
Imagine this round doesn't go
Ult
their
made sure
way.
that the
They're now
breach
looking
ult
down the
had
barrel of a
hard info.
7-1
Nice shot by me.
deficit, having invested a lot of ultis into a round where they didn't have a lot. And it's a risk. Many teams try it, and it doesn't work out. BBL will tell you all about that. But now, they've come through and found the value with it. And again, I think just belief in themselves in that moment, the
Okay, if they can get momentum from that, it should be pretty close.
So much
Problem is they're up against 2 ults that could combo if they want to. Hero's got a good ult for afterplant as well.
For Apex in that round, it's still 6-2 though. It's a massive lead for Navi. Ult used by Batu.
Surely they don't try force this. Oh my god, they're walking through the Viper ult.
They're walking through the pit. This always makes me nervous against Batu of all people, but Ruxic claims the kill. They haven't cleared Malzy. He grabs one, and he's just shifting his way back across. Huge risk to spam with a Vandal there, but he did a lot of damage.
It's a nuts kill.
Batu, but even still, they found themselves in a relatively decent position. That A site somewhat open for business, and Ruxic shooting anything that moves while connecting
Push
onto
all
it.
the way through B, confirms that no one's here, so they get to rotate pretty early on.
But the timing from Fluorescent could be
flash.
better. 1 for free, teammate to support. Koala already tagged. This is looking like a good opportunity to respond, but they have to be careful of the
This is
player
nice
up
from
above.
Navi.
Already
Go
clearing
back
out
to
one.
the
Governor on the
higher
side can
lower.
only find one of his own. And now it's left down to the clutch king himself. Avova. He's had a couple of attempts. The paranoia through. And already the gun going to be removed.
So
it takes
unlucky,
a bit of time
man.
for the
I
steel
actually
guard.
thought he had it.
Luckily for them, Xiao
I thought he
didn't
had
need
it.
that time at all.
No, he didn't. Right back to winning ways. Are Navi 7-2 in play.
That's
and
a crazy
it's
kill.
To open the round. 4 players walking through a Viper's pit. That is not a strategy
30
that you
HP.
see
Boo-boo, it's
all
close.
that often. Usually the pit goes down and you go a different route, but
Every time Apex win one, they lose the next. Money is in the bin. And they just squeeze out another bike, so he picked up some guns from the eco that they won.
He's 15 and
12 to 7,
and
no one else really
bragging
too much.
I think if you're going off impact
Prowler
kills,
double
Xiao
flash
is
to
probably
force
the
over
best player
towards middle.
on his team.
Honestly, Navi are doing a good job at forcing
I
mid.
can't get over what we've seen from Fluorescent so far.
A great
Already
flash.
Another setup. That revolves around
I wonder if
forcing
their
these
instant
players
reactions
off
just take
angles.
A
You can
main. They
Xiao
see
hightailing
numbers.
it to
Yeah,
the
they
other
can
side
take
of
so
the
much
map.
space
Maybe
here.
would have
Yori
stayed and
TPs
fought,
though,
but not
so
for
they
that
might
spike.
end up getting pinched.
The thing, though, is that
Dude, this is a weird round.
switching of roles, that Heaven spot is definitely something they'll be aware of. The double controller now taking Heaven on the other side of the
There's
map.
so much going on. We got a guy in
Very
T-spawn.
curious how Navi are going to piece
We got
this one
2
together.
guys
Are they gonna
almost
meet up
in
the
defense
spawn?
spawn.
Well, I mean, the big problem with that wall going down with the walkabouts coming through.
It's a pinch on A
wrapping around
through
but then
B.
the spawn wrap
And
up
Flo gets info.
goes. I mean, Apex have got to be lost. Where have these players gone in their mind? Maybe they're
I'm lost
sitting
and I can
middle.
see.
Maybe they moved to
Dude,
Heaven.
imagine
You just
being
turtle back to
governor
whatever
right now.
space
He's
you
walked
can
all
hold
the
on
way
to. The
around
problem is
here and he
Batu
can't
looking
find
the wrong
anyone.
way. It is confusing, but I can't
And
blame
then
Batu for that.
now
I
he's
can't
going
blame
over towards
Apex for
middle.
losing track of how this
No,
round was
man,
going, because
governor.
this is a bizarre way for it
It's a
to
great ult,
unfold.
though.
Ultimate sent through.
Oh,
Had a
no.
gap,
He
but
almost bought so much space for his
Ruxic
team.
managed to dive onto him before
And
that
now he's
became
over
a
towards
real
middle.
problem.
I don't even
12 seconds.
Oh, dude, it's so devastating for Governor. That's one of the most frustrating rounds I've ever seen a player have to do.
This is a crazy
dude, this was legit his pathing. He did all of that in the round, and then didn't find anyone until that duel we just saw.
The economy being where it is, up in play, I think this might be save territory.
Possible to get a pip of
walking the whole time.
Because I don't know how I don't know how I feel about this round, but I really don't know how he feels about it, because there was like a gap that was seemingly well aware of from Apex. Is this the pip of Mini's anger levels?
Mini's looking good. I like what he's done with his makeup.
Well, a little bit green, maybe a bit ill.
It's the lighting. It's the lighting. Don't worry, they'll fix that up.
But yeah, it seemed like Fluorescent was well aware of the gap because she was consistently watching towards the spawn. Ruxic was even seen within her crosshair, and then Batu seemed completely unaware that someone could come from behind.
Yeah, it did look weird. It did look really weird.
Like from the
information they got over towards spawn,
was clearly well aware that
didn't really react great.
I want to say that's straight BS. That's a one-shot kill, because I don't think that maybe that was the other thing that was weird. There was a C's thrown into the backside and a nade not thrown into the backside. So I don't know if he thought that both of them had gone there and that player had to be low. But it was very odd that the nade just went somewhere completely different to where Avova was.
Yeah, I like this though. They want to shut down over towards the middle. They get the op here. Fade eye doesn't go where it's meant to go. I'm pretty sure.
Potential weaknesses on the defense, and no doubt Apex have looked back at that match.
Maybe it doesn't. It's only for rafters.
Yoru win as well, even further confirms it for me. They know the weaknesses to Navi's defense. 2 rounds on the board, it won't be enough to capitalize. Fluorescent opening pick, a big player to take down in the form of Ruxic. And the walkabouts to the A site. This has been a slow start for Navi.
Yeah, and holds over towards B, frees the Omen up.
That Apex have pushed up in quite a
bit. Smoke's been used the whole time over towards middle.
They're checking everything.
Are they going to Cosmic Divide it?
Dude, Governor playing this pause and not having a Phantom's kind of...
Heaven and have the freebie in towards the site. Still have it in his inventory.
Yeah. It's going to be placed for the Heaven walk down, but they're keeping control over Heaven.
Incredible timing.
Doubling up on the security of that utility. Oh, okay. Clearly not expecting Koala Noob to be that close, but the punish comes in nonetheless. And Batu's able to upgrade to a rifle. That's a great start for Apex.
Back into slightly more passive positions. The C's from Angel thrown out to Heaven to just try and
still got an Omen flash.
The wall has also now been placed over towards the stairs. It's all about
as soon as it takes sight, Shao can go Heaven, but looks like wants to get kills and trade out his team.
Lurking on the edge of the smokes. His timing needs to be sublime, and while it seems like him and Hero alongside the leader have combined
just better on this map, really. They snowballed a little bit as well, but no, getting into the buy rounds where it's like relatively even.
They come out quite clean.
It's pretty nice from NAVI though.
They certainly made the end of that game.
They create pressure on the sides, then next round they create pressure middle, then they go on the sides, then they go middle, sides, middle.
It was good space for Apex to have. Apex to have. In the end, this big brawl on the side.
But like,
are you calling them Apex because there's only one player on the server?
Now do they go over towards middle and keep it going, or
what happened to you? Are they putting your team?
I don't know. I feel mean today. I think you started it by bullying.
Okay,
I
won the Koala.
One comment about
yeah, so you started it,
okay,
and then I joined
and
in.
now they go back towards middle.
I'm sorry, I brought this upon everyone. We had Angry Angel on the desk earlier. We got Angry Tombiz just on the cast all day long. 9 rounds, so and this look. Any doubt I had about Navi, and let me tell you, I had a lot. It's sort of being dispelled by this. This already 9-3 is going to be a really tough scoreline for Apex to come back from, even if they can manipulate Navi in the way that we saw Fnatic
close might shut down the ult.
For the defensive side here, though,
looks
putting
like
the round on the
take
board
some
is
control
essential
fast,
if they want to have a chance. Fluorescent with the ultimate and a judge.
Make it weaker.
It makes me scared. Scared for Navi. Here we go.
Nice info. 1,
Normally
2,
this is where you
3.
see the stun come out from Molzy, but they're falling far enough back that connecting that stun may be difficult. Angel's gone full sprint up mid to try and find the gap, and instead has met Batu. Showstopper, there's a lot of players around here, and the flash is good, but he just predicts where Batu's going to be.
Big Omen duel on B main.
for the Viper player. Over needs to win this battle, and it's a bit shaky, but the job is done. Molzy in combination. The judge looking to get up in the face as his headshots, but barely any bullets, any of the shells connecting.
14 seconds.
But the time is ticking. 14 seconds, trying to bait them in. Try to give that little bit of extra space. Koala wants to take that fight, and I think there may be at least one more. A curse is what Apex have on their side, because NAVI end with 9.
9-3.
Kind of got to do the whole pistol bonus thing.
Around their split. I wasn't looking forward to seeing it, but this attack side may just have set them up for recovery. The imagery of this map. We'll see how that second half unfolds after the break.
They got outclassed, yeah, they got outclassed a little bit. It was snowballing to begin with, and then when it got into later rounds, just all over them. Midnight Swift, thank you so much for the Prime. Thank you for the 5 months. Thank you for that.
Red Bull gives you wings.
We did get the best ever ace with an op. That's true. Dude, that third shot is still insane. The third shot is just crazy. Crazy. You want to rewatch the ace? I mean, we can do it right now. No. Dude, I was looking at Vova. Okay, I gotta mute myself, guys. Though. Holy hell. Damn, dudes. I gotta slow-mo it. God, it's nuts. It's actually nuts. Flash to enable the team to go out through spawn as well. X middle. Flash for you to get out. Salvos go in. Force them into this angle. Dude, even this shot's nice, to be honest. Fair play.
Yeah, last time out it was a 6-6 half on the attack versus Heretics, and then only 2 rounds on the defense for Apex. So they do go into what seems like
Apex
their
do the
favored side,
whole
but
Viper wall over towards B
like
with
so many
Yori
individuals
pressure.
confident over
Somehow
on
I
that
killed
NAVI
the
side.
sound in
Ruxic
game
having his best performance
by
of the
watching
day.
the
I think
replay.
Shao, he's been pretty good in the last map as well, but I'd argue this has been better. Batu with a nice start though. Koala out of action, and it seems like Avova's going to double up himself. This pistol looking inevitable.
There we go.
Unless we can finally see that ace out of Ruxic, but with 47 HP, Mitch, even I'm not a believer in this one.
No, listen, he was lights out earlier on, but this should be too much, and Molzy confirms that it will
be.
A much
there's a
needed
chance
win in the
that
round
Navi
for Apex
really struggle
as they
against the
trail
B
now
pressure
by
of the
5,
Viper wall.
but the distance can quickly start to close in. For Navi,
bro,
no choice.
Florida's 15-9, bro. Can we give her some help? Me too, man. That's okay.
Well, you know, Governor, not afraid to call it as it is. I respect that.
Oh, God. I think I don't
That's
even
so
know if I
good.
need to say by the end of the season, but maybe just by the end of the week, I think he's going to have my favorite comms across the board.
100%.
So brutally honest.
I'm becoming a big fan of Governor on the server and certainly off it as
potential
well.
B spam. Navi on this one, go for a little
We can
combo
display
in
some more
terms
of the
of
personality, because again, it was
Race
a bit
Nade
of a
and
risky
Teva.
pickup based on
Everyone used
previous
to do that all the
successes,
time
changing
here.
roles as well. Something I think we knew he'd be capable of, but
An Angel Classic, I
be
mean.
a lot of expectations. A bit of damage. In fact, 2 players
Yeah.
incredibly low. Governor and
And again, it's gonna be kind of hard for Navi to work out how to play over towards A
the
main.
heaviest assists we've
Sorry,
ever
B main.
seen, but Avova still going strong.
So much damage done, but it just doesn't seem to matter. Navi unable to finish their dinner in a lot of these bite-sized battles. It's Apex
I'm
coming ahead, 7
surprised.
HP on 2.
I'm surprised Avova didn't go for the plant and then try hunt this.
The opportunity
Then it would have been the exact same
way
as like the
droves
Navi
for
one. Maybe
Shao.
they don't have a set all round that they like to do.
Even going down for the spike here is fine, and if that patience results in a mistake being made on the other side, great. There's one, and almost two, desperately close. The first cleanly on the head of Malzy at least adds
Here's a
some
big buy.
cost to this.
Yeah,
In terms of shields and so on, there's going to be reinvestments.
not really the end of the world, and it seems like they're going to come in with a lot of rifles for this one. I think Apex probably also realizing that a break back here would put Na'Vi on double digits, set them up nicely to move forward in this match, and
It makes a lot of sense from Navi. Struggling over towards B.
Response.
And they put
need
the
to
Vice
break
Wall
back
here.
early. The same can be said for them in terms of this group.
The Vice Wall here, and they're fighting in front of it a
There are
little bit,
lot
I
of
think.
heavy hitters.
Let's go crouch on the corner. Yeah, okay.
So either team taking a victory. Sure, it's come down to map difference, etc. But I think for either side, just getting on that board, even a couple of wins, depending on others' results,
The
could
ball
be
player
enough
middle.
to make it into the playoffs. Although I'd say depends on expectations. For Na'Vi,
Especially now.
playoffs would be the start.
Now what? You're an
I think
omen.
for Apex, they are taking it one step at a time. Malzy with a good clear. That was a aggressive position, but it does seem like, but we go back to Haven, they're being caught by stuff like that, so they have been learning as they go.
I like the setup as well that Heroes put in. The wall and vines on B is just a great alarm system, but also a slowing effect with those vines once the wall gets tripped, and then he moves over to A. He's got a flash that's now going to need to be used with that pickup from Batu. And indeed, it will be beautiful stuff from Hero finding the kill. But it's the other side of the map where the test is about to come in.
That's the thing, this is a full buy. The first couple of kills that came through
30 seconds left.
definitely seem more awkward. Now, normally I'm
Oh,
absolutely
it's
fine
weird.
with that wall being activated and baited out, but
Oh,
the
nice.
problem is the amount of time. 20 seconds left on the clock for them to try and make a move into this site. This is starting
Oh,
to get
no
a little
way.
bit shaky, but
Avova.
Shao being cleared with ease, and Angel needs to get something done! It will be the double up. Now left on to Malzy. Just 8
Dude,
HP.
8
And
HP
you can
is
see
on.
Angel almost just running
Big
it
round
down.
from Angel.
The IGL has had a desperately
Big
quiet
round.
series on the scoreboard. But the fact is, that round was all about
They did
him.
pretty good at getting through the choke
even
point there. I
C's
thought
that
it
he
was
puts
done.
through, it delays them
It's a
further. It makes that
3v5
push
at its
a
peak.
bit more frantic and forces the last player to just go for the plant. That double kill there, though, his third piece of the round, followed up with a fourth. Wonderful work. And again, a lot of it comes down to the C's that went in, sure, but the wall that was in play. Again, we see that Apex are looking at Navi, seeing those weaknesses. You just send the decoy through, but the problem is it comes in so late in the round that then the vines and the wall, they serve their purpose of running the clock down lower. We'll see them hopefully look to
They
get
change
rid of
up in
some of that
Navi
until a little bit earlier.
in terms of
as
wall
now
over
the wall
towards
shifts
middle.
up to middle. And this is, I think, the more common spot for Vice players to put that, just replacing a Sage wall, but lasting all round. And if they don't
It was
come
pretty
close
nice.
enough to it,
Vice flashed
flying
over
under the
towards
radar,
A.
so you get
Didn't
control,
spot anyone.
Your opponents don't even
Maybe
know you have it.
rotate out. Wonder if Batu's going to call his team back.
Like this time, they're going to go a little bit earlier, or at least try to bait out any of that utility. Problem is, it is not there. I think a lot more dynamic from Hero in his placement of these walls, making sure that a lot more
Yeah,
difficult
Avova
to try
goes
and predict.
close. Try to
if
see
there
if
was
he
a
can hear the
walk up
wall.
into
Doesn't
mid,
hear it.
Poison's off.
that would catch anybody lurking, or in this case, just the original take. It does seem like, though, instead,
Also,
that
no one's
clone
been
is gonna be
seen
the
for
one
a
to
long
activate. But again,
time.
I'm looking at this clock. Okay, sure, we're only at that 40-second marker. But right now, there isn't any ground that's really been garnered. And when you know that your opponent has these vines that can desperately slow you down, I feel like you need to be a little bit quicker.
Yeah, no, 100%, but at least now they're moving through
Oh,
avenues
what a
coming through
shot that
heaven
is,
where
though.
those vines won't block them. We saw them
Will
B
they
main
expect the
and
luck?
A
Can they even
main
get over
already
towards
triggered
the
on
site?
B, now triggered
Phones
on
just
A,
went down
running
here.
down
They
the
gotta
clock
wait a
lower,
little bit.
stopping Batu from
20
joining the rest of the
seconds.
squad.
Ruxic.
He's boxed out for now. Ruxic's crossed
Dude, what
for
a-
free,
oh
and
my
the
God, nice
reset
shots.
is wonderful. Batu only now making it in.
Yeah,
The
it's
paranoia
slow.
perfectly timed.
slow,
Either
slow,
gets caught
slow.
by it or the round is done and dusted. And with the spike
Slow,
up in
slow,
heaven,
slow, and
it
they
was
have like
already
a...
cemented
It's 30
in
seconds
favor
and they have
of NAVI. Again,
floor going late into vents.
So much trouble for
and they
NAVI,
still got a
Fnatic
over
were
here, like
using
30
it to
seconds,
play them
25
like a fiddle in
seconds.
their rotations. Their
Still
map
2
control,
people here.
free info that we saw this round till 40 seconds on the clock wasn't there. It was challenged with like 20 seconds gone off the clock.
Yeah.
And that left them then spiraling late round, always having to have players committed to those angles. There would be baits on one side or the other of the map, getting those vines up early, but once you have them online late, well, we've seen the impact now. This setup has to be challenged, and Danito and co, that's probably what they're talking about
on
here.
Heaven.
You
I was
gotta
like,
remove
what the
that
hell
utility
is
and that free info from the Navi defense
Brutal
early
stun.
on.
But that's the thing, like, you can have a lot of that Vice util gone because you have that double controller. You can smoke, you can paranoia, you can have the stun, you grab well, whatever you like. You can
Looks
also
like
still
to
get
Loud's
info
active
from
roster
Angel's
for
utility.
who?
That's the way this composition is going to work.
Wait,
If
people
you
were saying
allow
that he
them
was
to
going to
have
play.
everything until 40 seconds, okay, sure, you got rid of the wall, but all the vines are still there, the stars are still there. Even the Horde will come back online.
Is that actually
so
like official or just reports?
And then you're running into things blind. Maybe literally in some cases, because you haven't got rid of the rows either. And that's such a huge problem when going for those execution. Those vines were up. Like, how is it with what, 15, 20 seconds left?
Contract
the Roxy
database,
could
right?
TP back into the site. Like, that shouldn't be possible. There should be
legit.
someone there to stop him.
And there was. That person was back to, but again, those
David,
vines
thank
were
you so much
there.
for the
They
5
stopped
months.
and he could
Thank you.
have
Appreciate the
run
friend.
through it. You ain't gonna get on very well. You stand on the other side and your teammates have a bad time.
Yeah, so he's in, but we
That
still
is
don't know who's
something
out
that
for
we
sure.
need to see fixed up. But the other thing, and you mentioned it earlier, Tom, at Hero 7
it's
and
a
8,
rough,
but his impact on the
rough
server
position
is,
to be in. Navi just look better on this map.
Understate it. And I think the thing
not
about
much
him
else
is
to
he's
say.
being so diverse with where this utility is being put into play. He's not at mid at the start of the round, so he won't be placing the wall. You know what they do instead? They say, okay, Apex, they might try to get rid of our wall. They might walk up and jump through it. They might put a decoy. You know what we'll do? We'll put 3 players there. We'll react aggressively and take that fight right to them, but that's what Fluorescent does best. Eliminating Angel, and the stun will get them up into heaven.
Okay, fast over towards B, got the ult to clear it.
Activated.
Shao.
They want to try and capitalize off this, but they have not seen Shao. Shao is the one underlying factor that they have completely negated. Already one to his name, still at the back of this site, looking for a little
Shao
more.
did
Get isolated, but the time that was bought was
incredible.
enough. That was the spike on the
Shao
deck.
did
Koala
so
with a
good.
huge triple of his own. 12-5. Navi don't look
Holds
like they're
backside,
slowing down.
knows they're going to clear B
And what was
main. I say
a
backside
very
under box.
shaky map 1. A map 2 that almost slipped away from them. In map 3, well, it would
Yeah,
take
Apex had
7
to win it on
rounds in a
Haven.
row for Apex. And I'll be honest with you, there has not been anything in this second half that makes me think they'll get there.
I think we even saw the improvement, though, from Lotus, from the end of Lotus, not so much the
Ooh,
start
nice
of it.
shot.
But it was a much better performance from Navi against an actual comp, not against a Harbor comp. So that's already a step up. Then they take 13-11 on Haven with a very impressive map. But here on Split, where they sucked. I mean, I can't say it enough. I hated watching their split last time around against Fnatic. But this, I mean, it very much just shows as well, though, if you have weaknesses, a team like Fnatic will exploit them. I think for Apex, that is definitely holds true at times.
Look at this Angel, though. 5.
Doesn't seem
The
to be
spray
the
off.
case, but I would put
5
that down
HP.
to Navi, really minimizing their weaknesses, really learning from their last loss, and now
1v1,
7
I'm surprised he
opportunities to
didn't
close
take
this
it.
out, starting out with
I'd
a
be
pick on
tempted.
Malzi, eliminating the Rolling Thunder, and even Ruxic there dodging the flash. Won't go for the further fight on mid, though.
I think the other thing is just because you look weak versus Fnatic doesn't mean you'll look weak versus others. A depth of talent within that roster and new coaching staff. These seem to do the trick in week number 1. Batu's done well. Managing to isolate Hero. Ruxic also desperately low on HP. Shouldn't get anything here. Almost
so
gets away
much.
with 2.
51
Far more
HP.
damage than
They got a free side,
An
though.
immediate rotation from Angel. Well, that's not gone to plan.
Oh, boy.
All the players over on the
30
Apex
seconds
side taking
Koala's going to
damage.
get tempted to
Koala
ult, but he
does have
shouldn't.
the ult, but the problem is the showstopper.
He's,
He
oh,
wouldn't be
he's
able
got
to
a
take
lovely...
a single bullet and has gone on the full
lovely
rotation
flanker.
in from behind. Probably just going to try and fire this in from a distance. Maybe even waiting for an extra piece of utility from Angel. A single kill from him will also get that Nightfall online and could give the game away.
Usually I'd question if the ult is used here, but I think 12-5, there's a very good chance. Koala's on the walk up, low HP on Batu as well, but a headshot delivered. The health didn't matter.
I like it there from Navi. No one's panicking. It's a 3v3. Definitely a lot of teams that could be tempted to go for this one. They just save the ults, accept it. No, there's going to be a better chance.
No choice for NAVI.
Yeah, economy as well.
Save.
You have a couple of players that can purchase and probably maybe even drop one over, but you don't want to have too many weapons thrown into the dirt. I also do wonder if the timing there was just a little bit off. Like, I think Koala wanted to try and be sneaky, but just after he peeks, they throw the Haunt in, which Batu has to shoot. So it could have been just slightly more synergized, but hey, they're not going to mind too much. 12-6. Showstopper still available. Koala's now going to invest into that operator. I think he's had a lot more success on this defensive side, but still has.
I mean, they're about to get all of them.
If he wants to take that #1 operator, I think Fluorescent might be making a claim to that after what we saw earlier. Even still, though, that was the start of what is an incredibly long journey back for Apex.
Indeed, yeah, it is. Marathon
Big
from
play.
the squad needed.
Big play.
And they will fall.
Wait, what?
It's not going to land.
It did, it was a leg.
Leg, yeah, 5 HP.
You're right, yeah, Malsey went
Kind
down
of
to
thought that
5
was
HP, but still,
high
he's the
enough.
one to fire right back, take Koala Noob out, eliminate the op, and eliminate the Showstopper. Another big danger dealt with.
The difference would have been the loss of supportive utility and a Rolling Thunder, and instead it ends up as the loss of an operator and a Showstopper. That fight is probably far more valuable than many will realize. Again, though, it's going to be
the shot. I mean, we can slow-mo it if anyone wants. I think they might slow-mo it in the replay. We'll see.
Fluorescent, obviously, you can see her going back in the other direction, but does have a gate crash, which will mean she can quickly join up with the team. The scary prospect is, though, they are walking into what is pretty much all of the utility.
So one person fake over towards B. Does Hero rotate out of position? Oh boy, definitely not anymore. Vines go off. Can't really get over towards site here.
They put up the vines and then Hafshao playing inside the smoke. It's a nasty spot. Ruxic on the backside, 14 seconds. The plant very much
what a calm guy in that situation. Yeah, they were just way better on this map. First two maps though, they were fun.
13-6.
NAVI are good on this map though. They definitely put a lot more
NAVI
work
came
in.
in looking shaky, but they go out standing tall.
It was a must-win match for them, and after map number 1,
yeah, it really is must-win.
I believe their map choice as well. We definitely started to question.